And first responders and state workers are getting ready for Hurricane Lee's potential impact as well.
Yeah, so we don't know how much of an impact it's going to have in Maine, but certainly it is top of mind for our frontline workers. Our Hannah Yeshivi live at CMP's facility in Portland this morning with more information on how they're getting ready. Hey, Hannah.
Hey, good morning, Lee and Sharon. Hello, everyone. I'm here with John Breed. He's the spokesperson for Central Maine Power. John, thank you for your time this morning. How are you guys preparing ahead of the hurricane?
Well, in advance of any storm, we've been monitoring the forecast for more than a week now, and we've begun making preparations for more than a week. The big question for us now is, what is that ultimate track going to be? Is it going to come into the east? Is it going to move to the west? And ultimately, what are those impacts going to be? So ahead of any major storm event like this, we get out, we survey the power grid, we pre-stage our crews based on the weather forecast so we can have our men and women in the hardest hit areas should that occur. And then we also bring in additional crews to supplement our current workforce so that we can be as responsive as possible and get the power back on should outages occur.
And we're also taking a look at some sandbags that you guys have already placed well in advance. Why and where have those been placed?
So that's not always something we do. In this particular case in South Portland, there is an increased risk for coastal flooding. As your team has said, we're expecting very high waves. There's going to be a high tide. Coastal flooding could be an impact. In areas that are vulnerable to flooding in these particular circumstances, we'll take the added step of putting the sandbags around to ensure areas of critical infrastructure are protected.
And John, there are some risks for extended power outages this weekend. How can Mainers prepare ahead of those?
So ultimately, the outage impact will depend on the final course of the storm. Like we said, something we're watching very closely. During a storm of this potential, we're working very closely with MEMA, we're working very closely with DOT, the state and municipal officials. What we'll do, number one, is survey the damage. As we've talked about before, we've had a very wet summer. That has resulted in tree stress. You've seen some of the trees already starting to turn colors. That's because the roots are rotted, there's been soil erosion, nutrient runoff. So the tree risk could add or could worsen the impacts of this storm. We will be working with local officials to help clear roads, to help make the system safe, so that we can then go and restore outages should outages occur.
And John, very quickly, I know sometimes people make that phone call and they're looking out their window, but they don't see any bucket trucks. Why is that the case sometimes?
So there are a few things that go on in any outage. One, we can't put people in our bucket trucks until the wind speeds are below 35 miles an hour. That's a major safety concern for us. Second, we prioritize the safety of both our customers and our crew first. So sometimes we will be out responding to damage, opening roads, helping local and municipal leaders clear those blocked roads so we can get emergency crews to where they need to go. Making the system safe and ensuring the safety of Mainers is priority number one. We then work to systematically restore power, and like we said, we're bringing in a number of crews should widespread outages occur.
Thank you, John Breed from Central Maine Power. And just like CMP, Versant Power tells us that they are fully equipped this weekend. And if you need more tips, we have those on our New Central Maine website and mobile app. Live in Portland this morning, Hannah Yeshivi, New Central Maine.